Today I'd like to discuss the Christian God. Let's look at Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who supposedly was God in body. Now, we know through the Bible, the Holy Bible, that his prophecy was foretold of his coming. We know that he was born of a virgin. We know that he was a magician, so to speak, because he brought the dead back, which classified as necromancer. We know he had power over the elements, which is considered witchcraft. He performed miracles, such as bringing somebody's sight back. We know that he was crucified for his beliefs. He was judged and everything else. But let's talk about discrimination as well. Dronehood, to be more precise. If we look at the Pharisees, we see that it was either their way or the highway. They did everything they could to trip him up. They tried going by the laws. Eventually they had to manipulate the people, the masses, into getting rid of their foe. Even today, people are still looking for their Messiah. It's like, dumbasses, you crucified him already. Hello. But, they're not going to see that. They're not going to see past their drone hood eyes. Because of the fact that in today's Christian world, their churches, it is about money. It is about power. It is about numbers. It is about what you can do for those who run the church like a business. It is not about the people anymore. When Jesus walked the earth, it was about the people. He was there for the people. He educated them as individuals. Yes, he had a following called the disciples, the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ. Now, with that said, we know that he taught them his ways. He taught them as students, but individuals. But let's look at other aspects of divinity. Let's look at the Welsh. Back in the days of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, we see that Merlin, who was a magician, a wizard, to be precise, his coming was foretold in a prophecy. He was also born of a virgin. He performed miracles. He performed outstanding things right up until the day he died. He was both feared and respected, just like Jesus Christ was. Now, let's go to what is now classified as the demon Asmodeus. The female aspect of Asmodeus. Her coming was foretold in prophecy, just like Merlin in Jesus Christ. Okay? She was born of a virgin. She was also feared and respected, someone who performed miracles, had power over the weather, the water, the elements, and so forth and so forth. Now, how many times can we go back before Jesus Christ? There's two examples right there, Asmodeus and Merlin. Wow. Interesting, isn't it? And I can tell you that if you go throughout every civilization, dating back to ancient civilizations, you'll see that they had the Virgin Mary in Italy. She's worshipped now as a saint. You got people today that worship this single entity, this one God, suppressing your senses to what all these other elements want you to be. They hunger, they thirst through their red eyes, if you wish, to manifest themselves in your life to help you make your life better. I can tell you that there are entities out there that just want to help you. They want to enrich your life, keep you away from danger, protect you, to educate you. But yet, if you follow Christianity, you might as well be a drone. Let's stand up, let's sing, let's pray, let's sit down. This is what the book says. You dress this way, you live this way. Otherwise, you're of the devil. Well, you know what? I'd rather be of the devil. I can't tell you how many times when I was a Christian that I actually tried to commit suicide. 3 times. Twice when I was in Tucson, Arizona, and once when I was in Maine. But something came to me and stopped me. And I can tell you this. It wasn't until I went back to Satanism that I really got a grasp on the whole individuality thing. I understood on a whole new level of what divinity is. It is male and female aspects. It's divinity. It's being who you are and not giving how should I put this? Not giving a damn about what other people think of you. You live your life, you help who you can, you do what you can for people, but other than that, just stay in your own little world. Because, take care of your own family. Take care of your kids, your wife if you have them, if you're lucky enough to have them. Me, I'm single. I don't have a wife, I don't have kids of my own. But I've studied every philosophy, everything I can get my hands on, from ancient gods to what is now classified as demons. The spiritual realms, everything of the next realm. I stopped paying attention to this world because of the fact that this world just brings you down. It sucks the life out of you like psychic vampires. So when I look at Christianity, I see nothing more than dronehood. I look at Satanism and I see freedom of individuals. Individuality. To be an individual means being your own God, setting your own way. To quote a line in a movie called Thor. The character Thor once said, the way it should be is man making their own destiny, their own fate. That is true fate. That is true destiny. And I have to agree with that. Because I get to choose the way I live my own life. If I want to have long hair, I'm going to have long hair. If I want to eat greasy food and clog up my arteries, well, you know what? That's my choice as an individual. Christianity, you have to live a certain way, a certain lifestyle, behave a certain way. That's dronehood. But it's up to the individual on what he or she wishes to do. How you, as the individual, wishes to live your life. How you, as the individual, chooses to work, to provide a living for your wife, your husband, your kids. That's up to you. No one else has the right to enforce slavery upon yourself. Slavery was banned about a century ago, over a century ago. That's what the Civil War was about. That is what most wars are about. It is not about money. It is not about power or resources. It is about dronehood. It is about controlling another's actions. Slavery has been around for centuries. It's just in one form or another. Servitude, form of slavery. It's sad to see, but if you look back at individuals such as Adolf Hitler, I can't even speak tonight. Odysseus. If you go back to Julius Caesar, these people made their own destiny. Yeah, I'm not going to say that they're right. I mean, Hitler slaughtered thousands of Jewish people. You know what? That's on them. That's his choice. That's what he chose to do, and history sees him as the Fuhrer, a monster. The Battle of Troy between the Greeks and the Trojans. A very well-trained soldier was once told by his mother, "You have to go, because no matter what the outcome of that war, that battle, it's going to go down in history for centuries to come." She was right. One of the most famous wars was the fall of Troy. The Trojan horse went down in history as a subterfuge, a sneak attack, kind of like Pearl Harbor, Battle of the Bulge, or whatever, Leveille Gulf, World War II. These are something that go down in history. Those who are born to lead, those who are born to set the example by doing. When I think of Satanism, as a Satanist, I am a living God. I'm already a legend in my own mind. I look back at my past and I see what I've overcome. And I see what other people have overcome. These are things that we're remembered for. Our actions are what we're remembered for. Anton Szandor LaVey stunned the world in 1966 by shaving his head and declaring himself a Satanist and opening up the Church of Satan. Today, he's known as the Black Pope, the man who stunned the world by opening up a church dedicated, the first visible church organization in honor of Satan. Wow. Talk about a true heroic deed, honorable deed. That's Satanism. That's Wicca. That's paganism. Buddha. There are greats dating back throughout the centuries. Wizards, warlocks, witches, mages, maguses. You name it. Alexander the Great conquered half the world. And the funny thing is, he was only a teenager at the time. You take Julius Caesar, 33 years old, emperor of Rome. These things, I can go on from there. So, I don't know about you as the individual, but it's up to you if you wish to be a drone or an individual. Me, I'm an individual. So, hail Satan, have a good night, and have fun.